in here. And there they go.
Hopefully my dogs don't like bark and everything, but they'll be around.
Yeah, no big deal.
Can't contain them.
There goes Almirola. And there goes Hamlin, so I guess he got out.
All right.
Is there any way you could tweet this out, or not tweet it, but share it into the Slack chat?
I actually do not know how to do that. Did you share it on Twitter yet?
Yeah, I'm about to. Spam lock. We got some viewers in here now, so there's 2.
Perfect.
Let me see what we can do.
Only Danica and Chris Bush are left to get through tech.
Oh, so we're good then.
That should be good.
There's my man Blaney. So hopefully he can put up a good lap. Well, actually, I don't think I want him to do a good lap this week. He's got a good car.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're just joining us, welcome into the Wedge Adjustment Live Fantasy NASCAR show. Of course, this week's a little bit different. Qualifying and the race is on the same day. The race is at 3 o'clock. It's the Overton's 400. We had the Overton's 301 in New Hampshire, I believe. So today's the 400. Man, it's just a crazy day. But I think if you're watching this show, you're watching other shows, you got the NASCAR advice coming, I think it's going to be a great edge day for you guys. And we're going to do our best to help you guys out as qualifying comes through. Got 17 minutes left in round 1, so it's going to be a slow-based show today, but we'll get you through it. Blaney's first, Menard second, Almirola third currently. And then there's Casey Kane. He came out of the dead last week. Man, that's crazy. What'd you think of him last week?
They're all still going to – never mind last week. They're all going to be hungover this week. They got no prayer this week. No, they I mean, that was good for him. I mean, he had to earn it. You know, he had to definitely earn it on the restart. So, you know, good for those guys. I don't think it keeps him in the car for next year. So, but regardless, good for him. Get in the playoffs. I mean, he definitely earned it. I think I was really impressed with that because Brad got him on that second to last restart, and then he got him when it mattered. So. What timing too? Like what timing to come down pit road and just how all that worked out.
I would have never imagined Casey Kane going to kiss the bricks. That's something. If you had told me that 3 weeks ago, I would have called you crazy.
Yeah, I know. The Jeff Gluck runs like a whole season long thing where you got to pick winners like at the very beginning of the year, like for every race. I don't know how many people are in the pool, but he had said 11 people had Casey Kane winning the Brickyard before the season even started.
That's crazy.
It's incredible. Like, what?
And here comes Trevor Bayne across the line, and he has no shot at the pole. So Menard's faster than Bayne, so depending on how that holds up. We see Kyle Busch up there in the top right.
That's still in tech.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. We still got 15 minutes left, so if Kyle Busch does not go through tech, throw everything out the window.
Oh, my gosh. Just have 100%. Anything less than 100% if he doesn't get through tech is unacceptable.
And there goes Michael McDowell, spoiling any shot of us having him this week.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
I used him last week. I almost used him in my cash, and I should have. I think he can't. Like last week, I tried telling you guys it's going to be like a plate track, and was it ever? I mean, you had the Benedetto, you had all those guys that you don't expect. They were up there and contending. Well, not contending, but they all got top 20s. Staying out of trouble, that's all you had to do.
Not a good lap from Junior.
Wow. Man, Almirola must have been off of it.
Yeah. Side note, like on all this qualifying stuff, so happy for Ryan Preece yesterday. Man,
yeah,
did he earn that? Like I've known Ryan for a long time, and I was up screaming at the TV, pumped up for him because I know like what he's been through and all that, and what an incredible way to win too. And he was dominating, and he would have just ran away if it went green, but those couple yellows, and he had to prove that that he could handle the pressure on the restarts, and damn, he did.
That was phenomenal. So hopefully he can get himself a good run next year. He deserves it after that.
I hope so. I mean, even after last year, what he did with JD Motorsports, he gained the respect of Earnhardt like immediately, and probably halfway through the season had Earnhardt's personal cell phone and everything like that. So who knows? I mean, maybe he can sneak into one of those rides, because I know the Gibbs guys don't do the whole full-time Xfinity series that much. I know they did last year, obviously, with Suarez, but I don't know. We'll see. I hope he gets him something, though, because he can definitely wheel it. So I was real happy just to.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch it, but I got to see that restart. And I mean, Kyle Benjamin, too, that's one of their other developmental drivers. He's going to be great in the future, too. So they're pretty much set up. I think it was them that had William Byron before Hendrick stole him away. I think that was – am I correct on that?
I'm actually not sure on William Byron. I think he's always been Hendrick, but I'm not 100% positive.
I think he was a Toyota development driver, and then Hendrick swooped in and gave him some money. So I think I'm right on that, but I could be wrong. But, I mean, yeah, like you said, the sport's turning young. You got guys like Matt Kenseth, Harvick, Jr. I mean, yeah, Jeff Gordon, Tony Stewart, all those guys out. You got guys like Blaney, Elliott, Larson, Logano. We think Logano's old, but, I mean, he's right there. He started so young. So, I mean, the sport's in great hands with these guys. And let's talk about it again. I'm going to save this for next commercial break, but my man Blaney got Keselowski's extension. We'll save that for next commercial here. Yeah. But, I mean, I was so ecstatic to finally see him get that 12, because if you follow me, I love the Wood brothers. I mean, it's been awesome following them this year and last year. But, I mean, the advantage you get of being an in-house car, I mean, it's going to pay off big time for him, I think, next year. So yeah, we'll see. But we're back from commercial break, and we'll see what's going on here.
I know, right? It's interesting doing it with the commercials.
Yeah. Here comes Kyle Larson. We got 11 minutes left.
See, the other thing, too, is these guys have to get through tech with at least 3 minutes left, because it takes them about a minute and a half from pit road to get to the start-finish line.
Daniel Suarez, P1, over my man Blaney. Wow.
Wow, Eric Jones, 19.
Wow, that is shocking. I mean, this guy, we called it last time because he stayed out and led laps. Yeah. Eric Jones did, so. Yep, here goes Kyle Busch, and that green keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. No surprise.
No.
Looks like a dinosaur compared to everybody else. Well, now he's in the red. What's going on?
Tied off one.
No worries. There's 3 rounds.
Yeah. You just get through, but
Denny Hamlin's putting up a better lap than him.
That's an interesting lap, though, from Kyle Busch. I wonder if it was just
Well, they're talking about the wind right now, so
Yeah, all the scrambling around too with Tech. They probably just wanted to get out and get a lap. I don't know, because that's interesting. That's way off from where it was yesterday.
15th. That's Denny Hamlin up to 7th, which obviously these positions are not final. If you guys are just tuning in and you're wanting advice, they're qualifying for top 24. Then they're going to a round. The top 24 goes down to 12, and then those final 12 will battle for the pole. But Kyle Busch is in good spots. So if you've heard the talk up about Kyle Busch this week, he's still got a chance at pole. But Daniel Suarez, this guy, we consider not even playing him the first couple weeks, but I mean, I've played him the past 3, and he's definitely proved all the doubters wrong. I think he's in perfect spot this week again. So,
yeah.
I mean, that was Carl Edwards' car, and Carl Edwards dominated last year. So, if he can just put together something, he could win a race this year. So, who knows?
Absolutely. We'll see if Almirola goes back out, but if not, that's going to be a great play.
I don't know what happened to him.
I don't even care. It'll be a great play.
And there's Benedetto. He continues to that car last year sucked, but whenever he got into it, a little bit more sponsorship, that car has definitely picked it up this year. So definitely impressed with him, but obviously he's not where you want to in terms of DFS. And there goes our girl Danica.
Yeah, here we go. Because we'll see. But prior to this, I do like her a lot. It's too cheap.
Yeah, me too. I played her the past 3 weeks, and it's a headache playing her, but I don't know. She's maybe found something. Her bad luck, as she likes to call it, has ended, I believe.
Right. I'm really hoping somehow that Jones gets bumped out here and he doesn't make it to the next round, and we can play him at 25th or something.
Me too.
That's what I really want to happen right here.
But I also do think he might come back out here.
Maybe, yeah. He's like in that weird spot where probably if Danica probably gets him right here, he'll go back out. But
24th for Danica. So I'm going to assume she gets bumped out.
Yeah.
Because I do think Almirola didn't really qualify good last week. I think he qualified 30th or something like that. So who knows? Yep, just hang in there with us, guys. I know it's going to be a long show. It's probably going to be a little bit boring to you all, but once we get these positions clarified, we can begin to analyze this. So
yeah,
it's not going to be boring for long.
Nah, hopefully they don't have the brake issues that they had.
Yeah, I mean, that was the story. I think we had a 45-minute red flag last time. I was able to go get something to eat. I mean, I had like an hour break to do anything I wanted to between the red flag. I mean, that race was crazy.
Yeah.
So Martin Truex takes over the pole position for now, but like I said, that's not going to hold. So
I really hope I can get Boyer if we get Boyer in the teens, I like Boyer quite a bit.
Has he qualified yet?
Yeah, he's 11th right now. Sorry.
So Danica is 25th, Allmendinger 24th, Austin Dillon 23rd, Eric Jones 22nd, Trevor Bayne, which I think he's back on track now, is 21st.
Come on, Eric Jones, get out of there.
So I'm wondering where Ricky Stenhouse is. I'm not sure he's went on track yet, but if he has, that's automatic play for me. Yep. I had him in my cash last week.
Right now.
I had him in my cash lineup last week, and it pretty much killed me. But I'm pretty sure everybody's cash lineup was trashed last week. So this week, I'm probably going to back away from cash and just play solely GPPs. Which you never know. I mean, with the edge we're going to have, I think you could play cash and get away with it. And then there's the issue with Kyle Busch and Truex's pit. I know PJ has some great takes on that. We'll save that for another commercial break. But that's just crazy. That's basically a move where Joe Gibbs is showing who's the boss there. And we know them too. The 18 and 78, the teams are not agreeing with each other. Kyle Busch is tired of Truex winning these races. It's all mental. It's all up here in the mind, and it's definitely been biting them in the butt. So here we go. Stenhouse out on track. David Reagan 35th right now. I think he just started. So it's looking like Stenhouse is going to get up there, top 24.
Good. Come on, get Jones out of there. I would love him at 25th or 26th.
So Stenhouse up to 14. That puts Dillon to 24th, Jones to 23rd. Trevor Bayne.
That's a good lap.
Trevor Bayne jumps up to 13th.
It's a good lap.
Among some notable punt plays, David Reagan 29th. Not everyone has went out yet, so David Reagan looking like he's a bottom tier driver this week, 31, 32 range. Almirola back on track.
Come on, Almirola, do it. Get Eric Jones out of there.
He's in the green. Austin Dillon's improving his lap, so if this holds, Eric Jones will be out.
He's definitely going to go again, though.
Yep, he has to. But these are great laps by Almirola and Dillon, so.
Yeah. That sucks that Almirola went back out because I loved him.
Here comes Chris Buescher. Almirola jumps to 20th.
Well, get Junior out of there too then. Beautiful.
Austin Dillon jumps to 21st. There goes Eric Jones. Here comes Landon Castle. Chris Buescher looks like he's going to get in the top 24.
Please do. See that?
Todd Dillon coming back on track. So we got some interesting things around the bubble cutoff here. So
there really is.
Chris Buescher jumps to 19th. So Junior on the bubble.
Good.
So Kyle Busch is 20th, and if a couple more guys bump up there, who knows? But which I think the win definitely affected Kyle Busch. So if I was Kyle Busch, I would save my car. I would not come back out.
If Eric Jones is not on the track, he will not make it back around.
You would think he'd be back out by now.
You would think, but they haven't shown anything, which I'm surprised because he would be one that would be like, they would show.
Oh, he's back on track.
Okay.
Yeah. There goes that. Let's go ahead and forget him. Well, he's going to be a great GPP option if he qualifies 10 through 20 like he was last time.
I don't know. Yeah, he had a good corner. So,
yeah.
Now you got to like Junior a lot, though. Yeah, Jones is in.
Here comes Menard. Wow.
Junior back on the track.
Oh, Lord, it's going to be a nail-biter here. But Eric Jones well
within
great lap
24. By Eric Jones.
He jumps to 5th. Wow. All right.
Great lap.
Yep. Have you noticed the speeds are picking up at, the second lap? It's kind of interesting.
It's kind of weird.
This big track, you think about that at short tracks, but it's looking like this track as well. But so Junior in the green, Kurt Busch in the green. I almost forgot about him. Danica's in the green. So, Earnhardt back down in the red.
Junior too tight. I don't think he's going to get it.
Here we go to the line.
If he can get on the gas.
I think Kurt Busch is going to knock him out. Oh, Kurt Busch is out. Junior 19th safely in. Danica coming around the green. She looks like she's going to be in. Kurt Busch up to 7th. That bumps Dylan out. Patrick 19th. That bumps Eric Almirola out, and that will do it.
Okay.
So that's the end of the
Kyle
first.
Busch 24th.
And yes.
Wow.
Oh, my gosh. Could you imagine?
Wow.
I did not notice that till the very end.
Wow.
All right. So I guess we can begin to break this down here. Give me 1 second as if I can find the lineup here. Well, the current lineup.
The average family below average debt is splintered 11 bonds and triggered an award-winning.
All right. So some notable guys here. We got Eric Almirola, 25th, Austin Dillon, 26th, Paul Menard, 27, AJ Allmendinger, 28th, Todd Dillon, 30th, David Reagan, 33rd, and that's probably as low as you need to go. Only 38 cars qualified. So what's your thoughts here initially from seeing this?
Definitely, you got to like Almirola. I actually don't mind Allmendinger here.
Yeah, this is a flat track, so
Flat track, got to shift. Yeah, I mean, those are the ones that stand out immediately. Maybe Austin Dillon, maybe Ty, but those are, to me, those are tough. I don't really want to play any punts this week, honestly, because the differentiation of the speed is so far apart where personally I don't want to play any of those guys, but it's really all I see. Like, I don't want to play Menard.
Man, RCR, we think they're doing great, and then this happens. Ryan Newman, though, has been really strong this week. So,
how long have I been saying Ryan Newman?
It's been 2 months. I feel like you've been riding this train for a couple months now. So, I remember his back in Charlotte, I think, where he had those problems, and we were so static, and then he just kills our knot. But
yes, I think it was Texas.
Yeah,
Texas, where the spring rubber went through the radiator and blew everything up. Like, what are the chances of that?
So, going back here to this lineup, it's just one of these questions. Do you want to take your chances on the RCR guys?
See, I'm not like fully against Reagan. I know I said no. To me though, Reagan's not like a full-on punt.
Yeah, I think I feel like he's the best option. What's his price? I feel like Castle has jumped him in salary.
Let me check. I've looked at prices very quickly. I noticed Danica's price at 59. I really wish that she didn't make it there, but I'm fine if she's like 20th to 24th because I think it'll be really low owned.
Yep.
Let's see. You got to think he's lower than 59. 51.
5,100 for David Ray. I mean, I feel like that's a no-brainer. So,
yeah.
If you're making these lineups here and you need a cheap guy, I feel like he's the guy. I think he actually put up – I forget where he finished last race. I was kind of against him. But, let's see. Was it the Pocono 400? Was that the race? Is that what it was called, Pocono 400?
I believe so.
Let me check here.
But, I mean, regardless, like I think we said it 2 weeks ago when it was Loudon, my flat track default punt is David Reagan. My steep track default punt is De Benedetto. So
there you go. He finished 25th. So if he does that today, that's solid value starting 33rd. So there you go. I mean, if that's your cheap guy of the week, I think there's no questions about that. We're talking to Eric Almirola right now.
Like I said, like I mentioned in Slack this morning, we got to find the best cars in the teens to early 20s, and we just have to get that right because nobody that you really want to hammer home qualified further back than, nobody didn't make the next round that you would really want not to make the next round, like to play that heavily. So I think we really, really have to nail the late teens, early 20s. That's going to be the most important.
Yep. So as we're waiting on round 2, talking to the RCR guys now in Austin Dillon, see what he says about his car. So he just said he's going towards Ryan Newman's setup.
Yeah, but you know what? So when you hear grip, that's a way bigger issue than you can fix with tape, tire pressure, wedge. Like, they're going to have to throw a crap ton at it the first pit stop, because if you're not hearing loose or tight, if you're hearing no grip, that's extremely different than I'm a little tight here, I'm a little loose here. That's fixable with tire pressure, with some wet. Like, no grip is a little alarming. Seriously.
So that's the international signal to be scared.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, no grip, no forward bite. Like, those are things that you're absolutely screwed. These straightaways are so long that if you can't, put the pedal down and have it just go off these corners and you don't have any grip, you're going to lose so much straightaway speed. You're never going to have the full speed for what you need. No grip is not a good thing to hear.
Yep.
But since we're on this commercial, let's get into this Adam Stevens thing, because it drove me insane. I think it's complete crap that he did not get suspended as well, just because. So he's going to go into another team's box. I don't care that it's a JGR affiliate. I don't care that it's JGR employees. You're going into another team's box. You're not with those guys every week. And you're the little guy who's puffing out his chest because you know that you're untouchable. And you're just like poking these guys because you know that you can get them basically in trouble. And I don't buy the whole thing where he says, "Oh, I had nothing to do with the suspension of those guys." Of course he did. Just keep walking. I don't care that they were clapping at you, man. Like, just walk. That drove me insane. Like, he's just acting like a tough guy because he knows he's untouchable because of his position. And oh man.
Yeah, I don't agree with it.
I hate that they suspended him. I hate it.
I think a little bit of this comes from he's already been suspended from earlier on in the year, and I think Joe Gibbs probably doesn't want to do that again to Kyle Busch because Kyle Busch needs him on the box here these last couple of races. I think that had a lot to do with it. He definitely deserved to be suspended because he was the guy that poked his nose in someone else's business. But yeah, I'm with you on that. I agree 100%. You just don't do that. And as hard as these guys work on their cars and stuff, I mean, they both had the right to be mad, but you just don't go over there and start trying to start stuff.
Go into another pit at a short track race on a Saturday night and let me know how you come out of that. Because you won't. You're going into another pit that's stocked with crew members, and you go in there by yourself with your little glasses on, your backpack, and you try and puff out your little chest. You'll get stomped in the ground so fast. That's why I hate it. Like, come on, man. He's just playing his roll up, and God, it just rubbed me the wrong way. And I hate that they got suspended and he gets nothing out of it.
Yep, I agree 100%. Just touching base on some other guys here. Ty Dillon, 30th. I'm going to assume he's in the same boat as his brother, but he has found a way to come in the top 20. So his price at the moment, I'm going to look it up here in a second, but at the moment, I think if you're going to play any RCR guy other than Newman, I think he's got to be your favorite just because he qualified farther back.
Yeah. I mean, Ty's 66. Allmendinger's 61.
Well, if you include Allmendinger, then yeah, I would agree with that. Well, obviously Dillon's not RCR either. But
I get it though. I mean, all those guys. Austin 69, Menard 67, Dillon 66.
Yep. I mean, like Wheels was saying earlier in Slack chat, if you're not in Slack chat, be sure to check out fantasydegens.com. Sign up. It's very cheap, affordable, and you get access to the Slack chat. We've had multiple GPP winners every single week. So, we're on a roll right now. But as Wheels was saying earlier in Slack chat, and like I was saying last week, you want to spread your exposure because you just don't know what's going to happen today. And I think that's one of them instances where you get some of Almaneer, get some of Dillon, get some of the other Dillon, get some of Menard, obviously. Yeah. But I think that's how you want to approach this week too. I don't think it's going to be as crazy as last week, but let's hope it isn't. But here we go. Starting round 2. Joey Logano, Denny Hamlin on track. So, I'm going to assume Chris Buescher comes around 23rd, 24th. He's going to be that sneaky guy like he was last week. That was a good call by you last week. So, if he does qualify, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, he is in play again.
Yeah. That's where I'm hoping Danica lands, too.
Me too. She is higher on whenever she does qualify 28th, but if she does qualify farther forward, for the sharper minds, there's a bunch of casual guys going to play today, and they're not going to look at starting lineup. So,
yeah, actually, let's get a peek on how this contest is filling up.
Yeah, be sure to let me know. I need to get on some of them contests.
Just over half. Still. It's only 26,000 and 47,000. So,
what about the $4?
Half, 12,000 out of 23,000. It's interesting. It's gonna all happen at once, probably like at the end of qualifying, but regardless.
Yep. So this is one of them instances where I'll be camping out in front of my laptop with the last minute, and I'm just gonna be click, submitting lineups. But here we go. Denny Hamlin to the pole as of right now. Logano second. Chase Elliott third. Matt Kenseth fourth.
This should be one lap and done.
Yeah, I would think if you want any chance at the pole. So Blaney jumps up to second. I think those top two are safe for sure. Here comes Kyle Larson out with his crappy car, and it's looking in the green, so who knows. He's a little jumping off that turn 2. If Daniel Suarez, if he somehow bobbles here and gets in mid-teens, automatic. He's a very – you can call him sneaky every week. No one's going to play him.
Unfortunately, it looks like a good lap.
Yep.
Wow.
BK up to 5th for now.
Larson, sheesh.
7th, so I don't know if he's going to make it in the top 12. So,
no way. I will guarantee that right now. No way.
Kevin Harvick up to 3rd. And Suarez bumps him out 3rd, so Suarez is safely in the top 12. Probably not going to have – well, at his price, he's a little bit – if he qualifies 12th, maybe 10th, something like that.
Yeah.
You can maybe –
I just realized that. Kenseth is 11th out of 12. That's going to be a great play because they're not going to go back out, and he's going to be like 17.
Automatic top 10, I would assume.
Seriously.
He may be the worst of all the JGR cars in qualifying. Yeah. That's crazy. I would assume Suarez or Hamlin, but Suarez and Hamlin look like they have bumped their game up. Your man Denny Hamlin is on the pole right now, so
flat track. He hasn't won here since the repave. But
here comes Kyle Busch, and he looks like he is going to grab that pole. Nope, he's in the red. Denny Hamlin. That puts him second. So Denny Hamlin continues. Man, could we be looking at the wrong JGR car?
No.
Just trying to get it out of you, see if you had any interest in Denny Hamlin. But
no. Yeah, Larson's already out of the top 12. He's
here comes Danica Patrick. She was flirting in the green, but if she qualifies in the top 12, I'm going to fall out of the chair.
Well, she'll also fall out of my lineups.
Yep, she was a little bit. Her and Junior look like they're having very similar laps as Busher.
Yeah, she lost a lot in the tunnel.
Yep, she continues to fall. 17th. So that's last out of the active drivers on the track. Busher, here comes.
Earnhardt's going to be even worse.
Wow. Busher's probably going to fall right behind him. So
Yep.
Busher's going to be 24th. I would bet a house on it that he's going to be 24th. So right there, you got Junior, and we were on him last time he was at this track. He missed a shift, tore his engine up.
Boy.
I don't think anybody's going to play Junior. Just looking at his game log, nobody wants a part of him. The bad luck he's had. At 23rd, 24th, 22nd.
Stenhouse is going to be like 16th or 17th.
There we go. There's my guy. If I can get him around 20th again, I'll have all of it. So
Chase Elliott too. I mean, 12th. That's going to be an interesting play because he's going to be probably 14th, 15th.
Yep, that's his normal qualifying spot. I hate it. I mean, I love it, and then I hate it because you pick him and he disappoints. But you would expect a bounce back week from him. You'd have to assume that. So Eric Jones, he's going to be around 13th, maybe 14th. So you got Kurt Busch, Newman, Johnson about to take their lap. Just looking at that, Kyle Larson, Matt Kenseth right there.
Boy, I love Matt Kenseth a lot. A lot.
Man, this is shaping up. You plug David Reagan and Kyle Busch 1, 2, and then you got some of these guys in this range.
Boy. Junior, Kenseth.
Oh wow! I mean, you're gonna have to play multiple lineups. So if you're only playing one lineup this week, I highly encourage you to make 2 or 3. There's some crazy possibilities you can make from this. So Ryan Newman looks like he's going to be 16th, 17th, somewhere in that range. Jimmy Johnson, I hate when he does this. I hate when Jimmy Johnson sneaks his way into that range and you feel like crap because you don't play him.
I know. That's all right, though. Just keep bumping Kenseth back. I love Matt Kenseth.
Newman picking up Tom. He looks like he may bump Kenseth down some. Not anymore. Not anymore. He's going to be 19th.
Oh, my gosh.
19th, 20th? 20th.
20th, yeah.
So here comes Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott, 13th.
Wow. He's really – wow.
I'm not sure what he's doing here because if he does get in – well, here comes Matt Kenseth again, so you better be crossing your fingers here.
No.
And he continues to
no, he's fading.
Here comes Larson back on the track. So we've got mayhem here at the end of round 2.
I'm surprised. I really am because this means they didn't let anything cool down. That's interesting.
Larson, I think he's done. I think he may have just stopped his car.
Yep.
Kenseth may jump up a couple of spots.
Nope. Horrible tunnel.
He's picking up some time here. Oh, I think he's going to be 13th, 14th, 15th, something.
Nope.
50.
Same.
One spot. I don't think it really affects him that much, one spot. So
Nope.
there you have it. Wow. Man. I'm going to have me some of every driver in that 13th through 24th. I don't know about you.
Oh, like I said, I've been saying it all morning. We have to nail the teens and we have to nail the early 20s. So Stenhouse, Patrick, Jr., Newman. I love them all really, except for I don't love McDowell. I don't love Bain. And you can take or leave Chris Buescher. Other than that, I mean, I even like Kurt Busch as an under-owned play a lot.
This is a good track for him. I'm pretty sure he won here last year.
Yes. I mean, it was when Junior and Chase were kind of beating on each other, and he basically snookered him and beat him 3 wide. Regardless, a win is a win. I'm not saying it's not, but yeah.
Solid top 5 car, and if you can get that from him this week.
Yeah, I like him a lot. Like I said, what about Logano? See, now I know he's in the top 12, but for some reason, he kills the July race here. So that proves they got speed. Boyer in the top 12. We'll see. It's kind of a bummer that Suarez is.
Yeah, no.
But it is what it is. I still think Kyle Busch gets the pole, though.
Yeah. Man, if Denny Hamlin can hold him off again, that's going to be crazy. But
it'd be interesting.
I mean, let's see here. Let's pull up the lineup. But is Chris Buescher in the same spot he was last week for you?
Yeah, pretty much. I think he might be, though. See, he'll probably be, like, really under-owned, obviously. I don't know if he's going to be under 10 because just the fact that people have seen that he's won here, and even if they don't even understand why he won, they're going to see a win here. So, yeah, people might click on him more than last week. But, I mean, I like Newman a bunch now. Like, he clearly overdrove turn 3, like, badly. And that was the reason for that lap.
You heard Austin Dillon say that Ryan Newman's car was pretty good, so they're going to head towards his setup. So I'd assume most of them RCR cars are going to go towards his setup. So
they can try, but they can't. Remember, they can't get under the car on this. So unless they had it in there, which they're not always all teammates all set up the same, but we'll see. I like Newman a ton. I like Matt Kenseth a bunch.
Kyle Larson.
Yeah, you gotta like Larson.
Jimmy Johnson. I mean, Chase Elliott's right there where he normally qualifies. Yep. So you got to have some of them. I'm not going to go overweight on him like I have the past 2 weeks. That's for sure. But so clearly from this range, Ron Newman is going to be very sneaky.
I love Newman.
Stenhouse. I mean, I've been on Stenhouse for like the past couple weeks. Perfect position again. I think he can stay out of the bad mess that's probably going to happen sometime in this race. But Stenhouse becomes one of my favorite plays. But, I mean, really, like we've said.
This is going to be fun.
Yeah, I mean, just don't expect to play one lineup and be happy because you've got to have exposure to all these guys, I think. So we'll see what happens. So
I love Matt Kenseth. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so hard for me not to be really overweight on him. Like a lot.
I'm trying to think here. What do you want to do with Jimmy Johnson here?
Got to have him a little bit, obviously. Man, I don't know. And a week he's relatively cheap considering he's a little more than $1,000 less than Kyle Busch.
Yep. I don't know.
Boy. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of interesting for sure.
So really, what happened?
Go ahead.
What happens here in the top 12 is probably not going to matter too much in terms of DFS. I think you got enough knowledge. Obviously you think Kyle Busch is going to dominate the race. So if you take that and you plug him in your lineup, I would assume you're wanting a cheap guy to get these 10 through 20 guys, 10 through 24 guys. So plug in David Reagan. That's going to leave you with 4 drivers. For me, I'm just going to sprinkle in a little bit of each of these guys into lineups. And obviously, if you're playing cash is a whole nother monster this week. So for me,
yeah. If you're playing cash, you got to play the pole sitter, you got to play Ty, you got to play Allmendinger.
Maybe Reagan if you have enough guts to do that. Probably wouldn't. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Dale Jr., I don't think we can talk about him enough. You would assume he can put together a finish here. You would have to assume he's going to have a good week.
This is going to be a scary one for me because I'm going to have quite a bit of him too. It's one of his best tracks statistically.
What's his salary real fast? Because I think that's going to dictate.
He's at $7,800.
Wow.
He
slowly fell.
Really cheap. Newman's only 76.
Wow. Who do you like better? Because I feel like they're both. I think Newman's obviously going to be lower owned, but you would assume that Dale Jr., if he can put together a race, he's got better equipment and has a better chance of finishing higher. Out of those two, if you're playing one lineup, which we just said not to, but if you're playing one lineup, GPP, who do you pick?
Newman.
What's your reasoning? You think he's just going to be lower owned? Is that
ownership? And he's shown better. Yesterday, he was better than Junior all day. Just watching that qualifying run, he literally just messed up turn 3 so bad.
So you're saying he should be like 12th, 15th, somewhere like that?
Yeah, not where he is. He ended up 20th, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah.
Yep, I agree with that.
I'm gonna have my fair share of Junior. Like don't get it twisted, but if you're literally forcing me to play one in a GPP lineup and you're only entering one lineup into a big top-heavy GPP, it's going to be Newman.
So here we go. Round 3 starting. Logano, Hamlin, Keselowski, first 3 on the track. So here we go. Here's your guy, Logano. So
we'll see what he does. I like him.
What's too far? So what's too far up for him?
7th.
Yeah, I can't see him. I would love to see him qualify in the top 7 just to show he has speed back. He had some speed there. I think it was last week or the week before, but they're starting to turn things in the right direction. So
yeah.
We'll see what he can do here. There's 5 minutes in this one, 4 minutes to go. So it's going to get pretty jam-packed here in a second, I would assume. So
absolutely 1 lap. No chance at 2 laps.
Yeah. You can't do that for your engine's sake, I wouldn't think, to go down pit road and crank it back up. So
time-wise, it's impossible.
So here we go.
I mean, and Logano, they're in the same boat Junior is now with that Casey Kane win, and because he's out. He's out. So they're going to have to, swing at some stuff here because that's the only chance that they have, really. I don't see anybody getting pointed in because, especially if Dinger wins next week or something.
Yeah. Man, you talk about crazy.
There could be 16 winners in the chase.
Let's talk about this. Do you think people are going to, short pit, with 2 or 3 to go? And do you think they're going to try to get the lead for the second segment, third segment? Do you think that's in play this week, or do you think it's going to be similar to last week?
It depends. And, I thought that we would see that last week. We all thought we would see that at Pocono the first time, but the leader, obviously, was Kyle Busch. But regardless of who is leading, it's going to depend on how much of a lead they have because you can't – the strategy won't work if you go a lap down. So
I would agree.
it's going to be tough. So I don't really think you see that. I think stage 1 is very vanilla. Stage 2 probably very vanilla. And then, stage 3, obviously, everything's up in the air. But Blaney, P2.
Man, Denny Hamlin barely beats Blaney out. Kevin Harvick right behind him. Here comes Clint Boyer. I'm so used to looking at Danica's car like this, so it's kind of confusing. Man, Denny Hamlin.
Yeah.
You never know. He's got to win. He could roll the dice here. He could be one of those guys that mixes stuff up.
He was really solid in practice, too.
Yep. So here's Jamie McMurray tracking in the green for now. Boyer tracking. Kyle Busch, man, he's taking
all green. Kyle Busch is getting bigger, though.
Yeah. Kyle Busch is starting to put his teeth in it, and he looks like he's going to hit the pole. If he can put together some good corners here.
Come on, Kyle Busch. I don't want to fall off my chair here.
Jamie McMurray. Daniel Suarez.
Nobody has anything for Kyle Busch. Not even close. Boy,
wow.
Good lap.
Kyle Busch looks like he kicked it in the 5th gear all of a sudden. He is blowing this out of the water.
Oh, yeah. This is not even going to be close. McMuffin.
Almost 4/10.
Look at that.
Wow. That's not even close. That is what we've seen in practice.
Like I said, he's going to win the pole.
Win the race. Lead all the laps.
Forget it.
Yeah, well, Truex was in the green for a second.
Beautiful. 12th.
8th.
Really?
That just shows you how – look at Casey Kane. He's a second off.
That's crazy.
Truex is actually doing pretty decent. So –
that hurt him.
Wow, could we be looking at the first Pocono all over again? These two?
Boy.
I think we're going
to – lap 1 this week.
Wow. So there you got it. That is it.
Yep.
That is it. Wow. But almost 2/10.
I don't even care, man. Kyle Busch, look at that. In his own field, man. Not even close. Not even close.
This is crazy because one of two things is going to happen. Kyle Busch is going to dominate this race, or you're going to see what we seen the first time in Truex and him. Truex runs him down in long runs, blah, 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 blah. But I'm going to say it now. Do not fade Kyle Busch.
Oh, my God. Don't do it. Not this week. I'm not even – no. Don't even go underweight. Go overweight.
Yeah.
He'll be in every lineup, I think.
I mean, if I'm playing 20 lineups, which I am, he's going to be in 19 of them or 18, something like that. But, I mean, man, you look at that. I mean, that's just crazy. He's like a full second faster.
That's ridiculous, man. You don't see that. That's ridiculous.
I mean, whether – well, I don't know. They passed inspection. You know, maybe they did something different to it when they got out.
I don't know, though, man. That first round, he was 24th.
Yeah. Whether he was saving his tires or that sort of thing, I don't know.
Yep, it probably was, too.
But whatever he did there, man.
I still like Boyer. I still like Suarez, and I still like Logano at 7, 8, and 10.
Here's a question for you, though. We know Kyle Busch is awesome on short runs. Truex tends to be better on long runs. So could we be seeing this, Kyle Busch takes lead, Truex runs him down. Could we be seeing that? Or is this track just so hard to pass like we seen earlier
Really
that
hard.
You get out front, it's going to be so hard to pass unless you wiggle and get him loose, which that's not going to happen. If Truex gets loose under Kyle Busch again, We're going to see a civil war within JGR, and it's going to be awesome. But, man, there you have it. 100% on Kyle Busch.
Pretty much. I can't not.
I think he's going to be in the winning lineup regardless. I think he's going to lead so many laps you're not even going to have to worry. So, for me, just looking at this, put Kyle Busch in, get you David Reagan maybe, 12th through 24th, sprinkle in them guys. I mean, that's simple. I mean, we love Kenseth. We love Larson. Well, I think we like Kenseth a little bit more than Larson.
I do, yeah.
I think Kenseth's the guy this week. You just see what his teammates are doing. There's no sense in him not coming in the top 10, maybe even top 5. So,
yep. Well, I'm telling you too, man. I think this week's criminally low-owned play, who is not going to get who knows, because it's so close to the race. But nobody is going to play Kurt Busch. Nobody is going to play Kurt Busch. I like that a ton. All right,
I'm putting you on the spot because you've been nailing some bold calls lately. But can you make it 3 in a row? Which Chris Buescher, that might not be a big bold call, but you have been nailing some stuff lately. Who is the guy? Is it Kurt Busch or is there some other guy? What's your bold prediction of the week other than Kyle Busch and
that's going to win somebody a GPP?
Yeah.
It's Kurt Busch.
Kurt Busch.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I seriously love that play a lot. 19th, I believe it is. 18th?
What's his salary?
He is $8,500.
Oh, man.
Right around Blaney, Jones, Logano, McMuffin.
I'm looking here at some NASCAR contest on the screen. The $8 continues to get up. It's almost to 30,000. So
that's
I'm thinking we're going to get anywhere from 42 somewhere in there. I think we're going to have a little bit of overlay. So if you're watching this, you got some bankroll, head over there. Let's see. If there's any more that we should alert you guys of.
I mean, it's going to be close. I mean, it's going to fill quickly in these next 2 hours, but
the double ups are filling up really fast. So
yeah,
I'm not sure if this is the week for them to go up real fast. I think cash is going to be crazy. You're going to have exposure everywhere, but I don't know. I mean, so here we are. It's 12:28. The race starts the lock is 3 o'clock.
Lock's 3 o'clock, yep.
We're going to stay on here a couple more minutes, but we obviously got to take care of our lineups. But we're going to try to do things like we normally do. Let's just say who scores the most DK points, other than Kyle Busch. So I'm putting you on the spot, which, I mean, obviously can't pick Kyle Busch, but who is the next guy who scores the most DK points?
With a top 5 run, his brother.
Kurt Busch.
Yeah.
There you go. PJ loves him some Kurt Busch this week.
I really do. And he's going to be so low owned, too. Boy, I like it.
All right, so love your pick, but for me, I know people are going to hate this because I feel like we've been saying to play him. But I'm going Dale Jr.
Yeah.
I'm going to say he finds a way. I mean,
yep. It was between Kurt Busch and Jr. for me, seriously.
He started so far back. You got to go with him. This is the week. I'm not saying go overweight on him. I mean, that's certainly risky. You got to have him. So, I mean, 20%, 25%, something like that. He tore his engine up, missing a shift here last time. But he had a great car. He was saying that they were running top 5 speeds before he broke he missed the shift. So,
yep.
I mean, you can let that dictate your decision. You can let these recency biases, dictate your decisions. But, I mean, it's like throw a dart. Just please play him this week because I do think he's going to come to the top 10. That car is strong. You obviously don't see the speed in those cars that you would like. But, Casey Kane is the highest qualifying Hendrick car.
Yeah.
So, but I don't see any problem. I think Dale Jr., he'll make his way up. I mean, he loves this track, so I'm sure if they are still there late in the race, they're going to do something to try to get track position. He could possibly sneak up there, like Eric Jones did the first time, lead some laps. They've got to do something. So he's going to be really sneaky, if you could say Dale Jr. sneaky, but I think it's a great play.
Yep.
And so I believe we can both say we think Kyle Busch is going to win the race, correct?
He's going to win, yeah. I definitely think so.
All right. So who is the second choice behind him for you?
I'll go a little bit out of the box and go Harvick.
That was my pick last week. Man, he
a solid race. He was under the radar and everything.
All right, so you go Kevin Harvick. I'm going to go – it's hard because I always like going out of the box here.
Yeah.
Kyle Busch is obviously the favorite, so if I'm going to pick another driver – Give me something crazy. Say they need to save fuel. Give me Brad Keselowski. He's definitely not on my DFS radar. I mean,
neither.
He's sneaky.
Right.
He's a sneaky option, but I'm not in love with it. But I do think if this track is notorious for having fuel strategy. Sometimes if there these crazy cautions don't happen. So that's just that's game theory at its finest, but I'm not saying put much stock into his DFS.
No, and neither am I on Harvick, just to be clear.
Yeah, it's just something we do for fun every week. So we're going to close this out here. What's your final thoughts here as we head to make our lineups? If there's 3 things, let's make a 3-thing list. What's your 3 things that people need to do for this race?
Get 13th through 24th correct. Have more percentage of low-owned guys than you typically are comfortable with, I would say. And I'll just straight up just give you my 4 favorite plays outside of Kyle Busch. I think you all can figure it out, but we'll just narrow it down. Matt Kenseth, Kurt Busch, Ryan Newman, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. are my 4 favorite outside of Kyle Busch. So
great. I mean, I love those plays too. So for me, you got to play Kyle Busch. If you don't, thank you for your money. 2, stay near your laptop, phone, whatever. Look at this overlay, and if you see some of these guaranteed contests, throw you some extra lineups in there because you can take advantage. And 3, like PJ said, 12 through 24 is where your GPPs are going to be won today. Get you some David Reagan.
Yep.
Maybe if you really, really, really love some of these guys, you could throw a dart at one of these cheap guys. But this is a track where you want horsepower, you want speed. And Kyle Busch looks like he has a whole nother machine. Him and Truex, I think Truex is shortly behind him, but Kyle Busch is up here. Truex is right here. Everybody else is down here.
Pretty much.
So I do think Truex can lead some laps. I think he may have a better long-run car. But you've seen it last time. You've seen Ron Blaney get ahead of Kevin Harvick, and Kevin Harvick couldn't pass him. I mean, and I think another thing, I think you've got to have 4 tires. I don't think these guys that stay out or take 2, they can stay out there for a couple laps, but these 4 tires are going to prevail. So, in a day where you could be predicting strategy, I think ultimately at the end of the day, 4 tires, maybe on a late race restart, some of that could help. But tire wear is big today. Brakes, so brakes could throw a wrench into things. But
Yep.
like I said, stay near your laptop, play Kyle Busch, get you some wide exposure like a plate track, like I said last week, and I think you'll be good. So, with that being said, we thank you guys for tuning in here. I know it might have been boring at times, but we got some very good advice like we normally do. If you liked the show today, please hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, and most importantly, head over to fantasydegens.com, sign up, get in the Slack chat because me and PJ are going to be very active. You got Wills over there, Soul Child, all them guys. They're going to be over here talking strategy, picks, just anything you really want, any sport, we got it. So that being said, good luck.
Yeah.
Might not be the best race to watch, but in terms of DFS,
It's a great DFS day.
Yeah, in terms of DFS, it's going to be a great day. It could
Yeah.
either burn your lineups or you could vault to the top of leaderboards.
It's going to be a great day. A lot of overlay.
Yep.
Make sure you're paying attention close to lock, and we'll see. But
Yep.
I mean, as of now, it's still there. So
Yep. So me and PJ are going to get off here. We're going to build our lineups.
Yep.
If you have any questions, hit us up on Twitter if you're not already in the Slack chat. So that being said, we're going to head off here, and we'll see you guys next week.
good luck, guys.